pitch into it, or 2 pitches into the game already. We welcome you to Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on a Saturday evening, a little bit on the gray side, but we're avoiding rain so far as the Saskatoon Berries play host to the Weyburn Beavers. 2 strikes already on Hugh Montgomery, and he hits the 2-strike pitch down the third baseline. A long throw across the diamond. Nick Cote in time to Josh Henson to retire the leadoff man, Hugh Montgomery, at first base for the first out. Les Lazarick with you. We welcome you to Berries baseball on FloCollege. Same teams played last night at Tom Lang Field in Weyburn. The Berries winning 9-0. Both teams made the 4-hour-plus trek back up north to Saskatoon, and here we are at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on a Saturday evening. And Joe Medill, left-hand hitting left fielder, into the batter's box to face Merrick Yeager. Fouls the first pitch off onto the screen, strike 1. First pitch was at 5:59. I think the anthem singer was a little bit too fast for the routine, and as a result, we're going along already on this one. Yeager in his first start of the season, and that is a called strike by home plate umpire Blake Tilley. Blake Tilley's the home plate umpire. Aaron Shavolt at first base. Logan Nugent is the crew chief working at third base. Yeager 2 strikes up already on Medill. Bounces that one in. Ball 1, 1-2. Medill hitting .261, 18 for 69 on the season. 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. One-two pitch upcoming to Medill. Popped up, foul territory and out of play. It'll actually find its way onto the plaza and behind the third base bleachers. So Medill hangs in there at a ball and 2 strikes. Here comes that 1-2 pitch again. Hit in the air, shallow center field. Going back is the shortstop Brock Laird. He'll make the catch for the second out. Medill was fooled on that changeup from Yeager and popped it up into shallow center for the second out. It'll bring up Ryan Daphne, the right fielder. Daphne, a veteran of this team, didn't start the year. In fact, he's only played in the last couple of games between these 2 teams in the last couple of weeks. This is already the 8th meeting of the season between the Berries and the Weyburn Beavers. They started the season with 4 straight head-to-head. 2 in Weyburn, well, 1 in Weyburn, 1 in Carnduff, the rural roots game, as that first pitch to Daphne is up and in, ball 1. But since then, 3 other games, 2 of them here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, and last night at Tom Lang Park. Daphne with a little looping line drive into right field that will fall in for a base hit. Daphne is now 10 for 27 on the season. He has the best batting average on the Weyburn Beavers. Beavers come into the game with a record of 8 wins and 11 losses. They're in 3rd place in the East Division. Have lost their last 2 games. 5-4 on the road out of that 8-11. So they're 3-7 at home. Braden Mayencourt, the first baseman, now up. Daphne short lead at first. First pitch is on the outside corner from Yeager to Mayencourt for a strike. Yeager from Munster, Saskatchewan. Downstairs, ball 1, 1-1. Yeager was an affiliate player with the Berries back in 2024, and then a regular last year in 2025. Had a 5-1 record with a 5.11 earned run average with the Berries last season. In there for a strike, 1-2 on Mayencourt, the veteran. Mayencourt does a little bit of everything. He can catch. He plays first. He's played third. Left-handed hitting veteran player. Yeager with a 1-2 count. And now time called by the batter. Mancourt from Surrey, BC. 1-2 pitch just outside. Gavin Panks, the catcher, trying to frame it for home plate umpire Blake Tilley, who wasn't biting on that. 2-2 the count. Ethan Murdoch in right field. Nathan Houston's in center. 2-2 pitch. Line drive, and it'll get over the head of Giles Salinas at second base into right field. A back-to-back singles. First and second now with 2 away. It'll bring up the number 5 hitter, the shortstop Trevor Dale. Nick Stinson's in left field for the Berries. Around the infield, Nick Cote's at third base. Brock Laird's the shortstop. Giles Salinas at second base. Josh Henson's at first. Gavin Panks is the catcher, and Merrick Yeager, the pitcher, tonight. To start, facing the shortstop, who pops the first pitch up. Right side of the infield, Salinas ranging over to his left will make the catch, and that ends the inning. Couple of base runners left for Weyburn on a couple of hits. No Berries errors, and after a half an inning, Weyburn nothing, and the Berries coming to bat as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Bottom of the first inning upcoming. Saskatoon Berries will get their first look at Maddock Day, who's a relative newcomer to the Weyburn Beavers. There's precious little information on this young man who's on the mound, right-hander for the Weyburn Beavers. Nothing in the preseason look preview from the Western Canadian Baseball League. And on the roster on the league's website, it has him listed wearing number 16, and then nothing else. No height, no weight, no position. I can tell you because I'm looking right at him. He's a right-hander. Not overly tall. Thin build, as you'd expect for a young athlete playing collegiate baseball. Facing Brock Laird. First pitch swinging, popped it up. Right field side and twisting into foul territory. First baseman Mayencourt is there. He'll make the catch. One pitch, one away for the Berries. It'll bring up Ethan Murdoch, Berries right fielder, who's in the top 10 in almost every offensive category in the Western Canadian Baseball League coming into tonight. Berries are 15-6 coming into tonight. They lead the East Division by a game over the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Won 5 straight. They're 9-2 here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Is the first pitch a breaking ball from Maddock Day up high, ball 1. Berries a plus 73 run differential. On the inside corner with that breaking pitch, 1-1. Day kicks and delivers the 1-1. Murdoch bounces that one foul down the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ethan Murdoch is hitting .455, third best in the WCBL coming into tonight. 40 hits and 88 at-bats. 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in, 9 doubles. This one's popped foul. Mayencourt racing over and will catch it just in front of the Berries dugout. So a couple of foul outs taken by Braden Mayencourt for a couple of outs here for the Berries in the bottom of the first inning. Murdoch having some words with Gavin Panks, who's the new hitter for the Berries. Coming up for the first time, Panks the catcher to face Maddock Day. Panks hitting .406, fifth in the league in batting average. And a breaking ball on the outside corner, strike one. .26 for 64 is Panks. Swing and a miss on a ball that broke down. 2 strikes quickly. Maddock Day ahead of Gavin Panks, who has a home run and 18 runs batted in, a couple of doubles and a triple. Low and away, ball 1-1-2. Giles Salinas, the second baseman, on deck. Panks awaits the delivery from Day, swings and misses, and the tag out will be made. Well, actually, they'll throw it on down to first base and finish off the bottom of the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. So we're scoreless after 1 at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege. Merrick Yeager warming up prior to the start of the top of the second inning. Yeager from Munster, Saskatchewan, one of 3 pitchers on the team from Munster. 6'3", 185-pound right-hander. As I mentioned, making his first appearance of the season. Head coach Joe Carnahan telling me before the game that they just decided with the consultation of the Hutchison Community College after a busy winter season, his college season, that he not be thrown right away, give him a little bit of time off, and this will be the first appearance for Yeager, who with Hutchinson Community College, the Blue Dragons in the NJCAA Region 6 League this past year, was 7-3 with a 6.47 earned run average, started 12 of 13 appearances. 57 innings pitched. Struck out 74 and walked 20. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Weyburn Beavers here in the top of the second inning. Gave Anthony Cortez, designated hitter, followed by Jared Cramp, the third baseman, and the catcher Owen Mayencourt. First pitch in there for a strike with a fastball to Cortez. Anthony Cortez is hitting .233, 7 for 30 with 3 runs batted in. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball that bounced right in front of the plate. Quickly ahead is Yeager, 2 strikes. Cortez from Fremont, California. Attended Eastern New Mexico University. They list him as a utility player, but he's done some catching. Now there's a line drive into left center field. Coming over is Nathan Houston. Can't make the catch on a dive. They'll hold him to a single, though, as backing up the play is the left fielder Nick Stinson. A solid line drive that Houston thought he had a play on but couldn't quite come up with it. And as a result, third hit already of the night for the Weyburn Beavers, and they have their leadoff man on here in the top of the second inning. Brings up Jared Cramp, the third baseman, left-handed hitter. Yeager's first pitch is at the knees on the outside corner, strike one. Cramp didn't like the call from home plate umpire Blake Dilley. Cortese with a short lead at first. That's on the outside corner, pretty much same spot. Cramp didn't offer at it. Now he's behind 2 strikes. Yeager's been throwing strikes so far to the first 7 hitters, but he's also given up 3 hits. Being in the zone, they can time him up. He'll pop this one up in behind third base. That one is going to land foul down the left field line. Nobody could get to it. And the count holds at 0-2. Cramp hitting 182, 8 hits and 44 at-bats. Has 8 runs batted in, a couple of doubles and a triple for Jared Cramp, who's from St. Clair, Michigan, attended college at McPherson College in Kansas. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Merrick Yeager. 1 away here in the top of the second inning. It brings up the catcher Owen Mayencourt. Yes, he is a brother to Braden. Younger brother. Like older brother Braden, he does some catching, but that's basically what he does. Yeager with a check on at first base on Cortese. Is back safely. Owen Mayencourt, also from Surrey, BC, as you might imagine, like brother Braden. Waits the first pitch from Yeager. Inside, ball 1. Good fastball there from Yeager. Mayencourt coming off his freshman season at Big Bend Community College. Had 25 RBI in 31 games there this season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I mentioned last year, Yeager was 5-1 here with the Berries with a 5.11 earned run average in 49 and a third innings. Fouled over top of the first base bleachers towards the Gordie House Softball Park to the south of our Ball Diamond location. 1-2 the count. We had some rain here earlier today. Tarp was on the field up until about 5:30, or 4:30 I should say. 6 o'clock start tonight. Now Yeager backs off the rubber. Time called. According to Environment Canada, the rain is not in the area now. Cloudy skies. Inside to Mayencourt, 2-2 the count. (20°C is 68 Fahrenheit. East wind 27 kilometers per hour, so that's blowing in from over top of the scoreboard in right center field. 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground towards short. Taken by Laird to second. Salinas for 1. On to first. Double play. Nicely turned by the Berries infield. An inning-ending 6-4-3 double play to get Merrick Yeager to the bench, and the bats ready to go in the bottom of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit. There were no Berries errors and nobody left on base. After an inning and a half, still scoreless, Saskatoon and Weyburn, as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Taking a look at the Weyburn Beavers defensively behind starting pitcher Matic Day. In the outfield from right to left, it's Ryan Doffney in right field. Hugh Montgomery is in center. Joe Medill is the left fielder. In the infield from left to right, Jared Cramp is at third base. The shortstop, Trevor Dale. Ryan Weaver is the second baseman, and the first baseman is Braden Mayencourt. Owen Mayencourt's the catcher, and Matic Day, who only threw 9 pitches to get through the bottom of the first inning, is going to face the middle third of the Barry's order here in the bottom of the second inning. Giles Salinas will be up first, followed by Nathan Houston and then Nick Stinson. Salinas has had a good go of it early in the year, like many of the Barrys. Hitting .378, 31 for 82. That's high in the strike zone. First pitch to Salinas. He didn't offer at it. Matic Day quickly ahead in the count. Fastball hit on the ground towards shortstop. Picked there by Trevor Dale. The throw on to first. And making the tag, Braden Mayencourt on Salinas going by as the throw was up the first base line towards home plate. Mayencourt athletically able to field the ball, catch the ball, and then make the tag on Salinas, who tried to avoid it. Called out by the first base umpire, Blake Tilley, or Aaron Shavold. So one away. Brings up Nathan Houston. First pitch swinging, hits it in the air. Shallow left center field. Coming over is center fielder Hugh Montgomery to take charge. And quickly now there's 2 away. And brings up Nick Stinson, the left fielder. Joe Carnahan might be urging his players soon to take some pitches. Build up the counts. Been a little on the easy side for Matic Day so far. Only 12 pitches thrown and 5 outs. First pitch swinging on the ground, second base. Ryan Weaver up with it. The throw to first, wide of the mark, and be backed up by the catcher, Owen Mayencourt. And the Berries have their first base runner thanks to an error on the second baseman, Weaver, who had all kinds of time, but threw it wide of the mark of Mayencourt at first. So an error puts man on first with 2 away. Brings up Josh Henson, the first baseman. Henson from Huntsville, Alabama. First pitch swinging, a little line drive that's into left field, a base hit. The Berries are trying to get something going with 2 away. There's their first hit of the game against Matic Day. First and second with 2 away for the Berries. And it'll bring up the third baseman, Nick Cote. Cote from Oakville, Ontario. 6 for 30 to start the year. 3 runs batted in, a couple of doubles for the right-hand hitter. Matic Day's first pitch is high, ball 1. Stinson at second, Henson at first. Day glances around at the second base runner. Fouled off, cued off at home plate. Ball and a strike. Eric Aguirre, the number 9 hitter for the Berries in their order, DH tonight, on deck. Blake Dilly calls time in. Foul back onto the screen by Cote. He's down 1-2 on the count. Feels like the wind is freshening up a little bit here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Maddock Day's 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And they'll have to complete the putout as Mayencourt will take the throw from his catcher and brother Owen tagged the bag to end the inning. Second strikeout of the night for Maddock Day. Berries with no runs. They got a couple of base runners left on base with 1 hit and an error by Weyburn. Still scoreless after 2 complete here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
So as we come back for the top of the 3rd inning, we have a pitching change for the Saskatoon Berries. Merrick Yeager gets 2 innings in his debut to start. Now it's Adam Cordy, another youngster from Munster, Saskatchewan, coming into the ball game. Right-handed pitcher. Joined the Berries this year. He's facing Ryan Weaver, second baseman. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Fouled back onto the screen by Ryan Weaver, who's hitting 185, 10 for 54, 3 RBI and a triple to his credit. Cordy 6'1", 185. Right-hand pitcher out of Munster. 2-strike pitch to Weaver. Settles in down low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch coming. Inside, 2-2. Close, but not quite. Cordy coming off his junior season at Peru State University in Nebraska. Weaver hangs in, fouling a pitch off. Count holds 2-2. Cordy pitched the last 2 seasons in the WCBL with the Swift Current 57s. posting a 5-11 record and a 6.42 earned run average. Just outside and a full count. Payoff pitch coming. And that's called strike 3. Weaver threw the bat away and thought he was on his way to first base with a walk. He shakes his head, saying, no, that wasn't a strike, Mr. Umpire, but the umpire has the ultimate authority here and rang him up. Strikeout number 1 for Cordy. His 13th of the year. Comes into the game with a 2-0 record and a 3.29 earned run average. First pitch called strike on Hugh Montgomery, the center fielder. Two innings pitched for Merrick Yeager. Gave up 3 hits, no runs. Up high, 1-1 on that delivery to the leadoff man who grounded out to third base his first time up. Poured in for a strike, 1-2. Yeager had a strikeout, didn't walk anybody. In his 2 innings, faced 8 batters and threw 28 pitches. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Cordy in his first inning of work, coming on in relief of Merrick Yeager. And Joe Medill now, the left fielder who popped up to the shortstop. Brock Laird in shallow center field his first time up. Fouls the first pitch back, strike 1. Medill hitting .257 on the season, including that out in the first inning. Looks at a pitch down low, ball 1. Couple of home runs, 10 RBI for Medill. 3 doubles to his name as well so far this season. 1-1 pitch, upstairs slightly. 2-1 the count. Medill from Nanaimo, BC, attended Cochise College in Arizona this past year. Inside, now 3-1. Cordy falling behind Joe Medill. Ryan Doffany, the right fielder, is on deck. Cordy out of the stretch. This one's hit foul, twisting foul, down the left field side and out of play. So now it's a full count on the Weyburn left fielder as we're looking around for the first run of the ball game. We're into the top of the 3rd inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on a Saturday evening. 3-2 pitch, line drive, center field. Nathan Houston coming on will make the catch as that hung up and makes the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Adam Cordy, coming on in relief of Merrick Yeager. And after 2.5, we are still scoreless between the Berries and the Weyburn Beavers as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Eric Aguirre will lead it off here in the bottom of the third inning for the Saskatoon Berries. The number 9 hitter getting his first look at Maddock Day, the starting pitcher for the Weyburn Beavers. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the third inning. Eric Aguirre swings and misses at the first pitch from Maddock Day, strike one. Aguirre hitting .276, 8 for 29, has 9 RBI, 3 doubles for the Gilbert, Arizona product. Outside, ball one, 1-1. Actually, Aguirre's hometown is Pasadena, Texas. Attended Warner University in Florida. Fouled off again. 1-2 the count. He's coming off his sophomore year. Inside 2-2. Actually, he'll be attending Warner University in Florida next college season. This one's on a couple of hops and a roll to shortstop. Trevor Dale up with it, throws him out. One away here in the bottom of the third inning. Brock Laird from Natchitoches, Louisiana, coming to the plate. First pitch swinging in the bottom of the first inning, fouled out to the first baseman, Braden Mayencourt. Laird now just below 300 with his batting average, thanks to that foul out in the first inning. 24 for 81, looks at the first pitch for a ball. So that average now 296. 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, 4 doubles, 2 triples. He's tied for first in the WCBL in that department. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brock Laird after that foul off down the third base line. That's one's bounced in, 2-1. Right fielder Ethan Murdoch on deck. There's in for a strike, and we have an even count at 2-2. Laird coming off his freshman season at Southeastern Louisiana University. This one's hit on the ground. Dale picks that one on the second hard hop and throws him out. 2 away. Trevor Dale has been busy at shortstop. He's made 3 plays in the field already tonight. Ethan Murdoch now to the plate. Swift Current product, 6'2", 205-pound right-handed hitting right fielder. Mentioned third in batting average. First pitch in for a strike. Bounced in, ball one, 1-1. Ethan's also 5th in on-base percentage in the league at .510, 6th in OPS at 1.203. Came into the day tied for first in hits with 40 in the WCBL. Hits this one in the air high, right center field, going back, now coming in and making the catch as the wind held that up, and Ryan Doffney able to track that down in right field, short of the warning track for the third and final out. A 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the third inning for the Berries. And after 3 complete, we've got zeros across the scoreboard. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Your unofficial line score through 3 innings of play for the Saskatoon Berries. No runs on 1 hit. They have yet to commit an error. They've left 2 runners on base. For the Weyburn Beavers, no runs on 3 hits. They've made an error and have left 2 runners on base. Top of the 4th inning, Weyburn coming to bat, the heart of the order. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Ryan Doffney, the right fielder. Braden Mayencourt, the first baseman, and the shortstop Trevor Dale to face Adam Cordy. Cordy into his 2nd inning of work after taking over from Merrick Yeager, who started the game, pitched 2 innings through 28 pitches in his first appearance of the season. Cordy's first pitch outside to Doffney, ball 1. Doffney singled to right field his first time up. Make him 10 for 27 now on the season, which is .370, which is far and away the best batting average on the Weyburn Beavers. This one's a 2-3 hopper, bobbled by Laird at short. Now the throw on to first, still in time. Little nice juggling act by Brock Laird as he had to try and charge that. Had it hit him in the heel of the glove, popped up and stayed with it, and made the throw on to first. Good play by Laird for the first out. Braden Mayencourt hit a line drive single into right field his first time up. That was against Merrick Yeager. This one's hit again to Hopper, forces Laird back a half a step, but he'll make a strong throw to first, and Brock Laird has made 2 plays here in the 4th inning, getting Adam Cordy a couple of outs. Laird's handled 4 chances flawlessly so far in the ball game. Brings up Trevor Dale, who popped up to second base. Back in the 1st inning to close out the top of the 1st. Foul back to the screen, strike 1. DH Anthony Cortese on deck for Cam Williams and the Weyburn Beavers. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Quickly Corty ahead, 2 strikes on Trevor Dale. Ready to work again is Adam Cordy. On the ground towards third. Nice room service hop for Nick Cote. The throw on across the diamond to first in time. 3 ground ball outs for Adam Cordy and the Berries in the top of the 4th inning. Nothing across. After 3.5, we're still scoreless. Berries and the Weyburn Beavers as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Ready to go at the bottom of the 4th inning. You may notice that the Berries look a little bit different tonight. We didn't mention this right off the hop, but it is Blackberries night here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. So the Berries are wearing a black jersey with a stylized Saskatoon written across the front in their regular purple numbers to go along with their white pants. Fouled off first pitch by Gavin Panks. It's the heart of the order for the Berries against Maddock Day here to start the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss by Panks, so that one was low in the zone. He struck out first time around against Maddock Day. 2 strikeouts for Day so far in the ball game. Panks behind 2 strikes. Up and away, ball 1 with a fastball. Again, I wish I had a little more info on Maddock Day than what I have at my disposal. He looks pretty good. If Panks gets a piece of that and stays alive at 1 and 2. Giles Salinas, the second baseman. Nathan Houston, the center fielder. Due up here in the bottom of the 4th, a scoreless tie. Fought off and sent towards third. Fielded and the throw across the diamond by the third baseman Jared Cramp in time to retire Panks. 1 away. 5 straight retired by Day. Josh Henson with the only Berries hit so far in the game, back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Salinas up. He grounded to shortstop Trevor Dale back in the 2nd inning. Salinas came into the game 5th in batting average as mentioned. Tied for 6th in hits coming in as he looks at the first pitch ball. Low and inside, ball 2. Maddock Day kicks and delivers. Hit on the ground. Big hop, and that'll go over the head of the shortstop and into left field. That looked to be like a routine play for Trevor Dale, but the second hop kangarooed up over the head of Trevor Dale into left field, and Salinas is on with a 1-out single. Brings up Nathan Houston. Check on Salinas at first, who was trying to get a bit of a lead over there. Now a bunt shown, and it'll go foul up the third baseline. Trying to bunt Salinas into scoring position on a sacrifice. Game being scoreless. Joe Carnahan thinking he have to play some small ball, some fundamental type stuff in order to get a run here. Barry's won 9-0 over the Beavers last night. Again, a check over at first on Salinas by pitcher Maddock Day. Nick Stinson, the left fielder, is on deck. Houston fouls that back, and he's behind 0-2. Nathan Houston flew out to center field. Line drive into center field that Hugh Montgomery made a catch on back in the second inning. Salinas at first. Day with a check. The pitch. This is looped into right field. It will fall. And getting to second is Salinas, and a base hit for Nathan Houston. So 2 men on with 1 away for the Saskatoon Berries here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brings up Nick Stinson, who reached on an error. Throwing error by the second baseman Ryan Weaver back in the second inning. A lot of first pitch swinging early in the ball game by Barry's players. Trying to be a little more patient now. Stinson hitting .313 as he looks at a pitch down and in, ball 1. 25 for 80 is Nick Stinson on the season. From Kennesaw, Georgia. On the outside corner for a strike. Stinson has 14 RBI to go along with those 25 hits. 5 doubles out of the 25 hits so far. Downstairs, ball 2, 2-1. Nick Stinson coming off his sophomore year at Bethel University. Left-hand hitter. He played a lot of first base, but now in left field tonight. Outside, 2-1. Or 3-1, sorry. 3-1 the count on Nick Stinson. Here's the line drive. Montgomery coming over to his right makes the catch. As that hung up enough for him to make the catch. Good running catch by Montgomery in center. 2 away. That'll bring up Josh Henson, who singled his first time up. First pitch swinging. Right-handed hitter. Hitting .259 on the season, 21 for 81. First pitch swinging, fouls up towards the Weyburn third base dugout. Strike 1. Third baseman Nick Cote on deck, hopes to get a chance at bats. If he does, it's because something good has happened in this at-bat for Josh Henson. Down low, good block by catcher Owen Mayencourt. 1-1 the count. Barry's making Maddock Day work a little bit more. He'd only thrown 30 pitches through the first 3 innings unofficially. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1-2. Henson wears number 5. Love these guys that wear the number that their position number is. Henson's played a lot of third base this year, playing first base tonight. Swing and a miss, fouled it off at the plate, not held by Owen Mayencourt, so the count holds at 1-2. Henson just got a piece of that. And Mayencourt couldn't hang on. Brock Laird wears number 2, but he's the shortstop. Some guys do that. Wear the number that their position number is. Swing and a miss this time, and held on to by Owen Mayencourt to end the inning. Strikeout number 3 of the night for Maddock Day. The Berries leave 2 on base. 2 hits, no Weyburn errors, and 2 runners left on base. We've played 4 complete, and lots of donuts up on the scoreboard as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege. Next gen patch at Cairns Field. Top of the 5th inning. Weyburn Beavers already have the leadoff man on as Anthony Cortese, the DH, with his 2nd single of the night. First pitch swinging. Soft line drive into right field. Brings up Jared Cramp. Takes a pitch for a strike. Cramp struck out back in the 2nd inning against Merrick Yeager, and Adam Corty on pitching now. Took over in the 3rd inning, so he's been through 2, and that was the first hit he's allowed. First base runner he'd allowed. In fact, he retired all 6 batters he'd faced up until that point. Check on Cortese at first. There's a pitch in for a strike as well. That looked like a slider that caught the back door. Cordia had 2 strikes on 3rd baseman Jared Cramp. Fastball upstairs and outside, 1-2. Corty attended Dawson Community College for his first 2 years of college ball. Cramp with a high drive into right field. Ethan Murdoch going back to the warning track. He'll make the catch. Scampering back to first base, Cortese, who thought that one might have been in play off the fence, but again, Although that wind has really died down a fair amount according to the flags, and then you look at the trees out beyond right field, and they're still waving pretty decently. So it's an east wind that we've had here tonight, and that may have kept the ball in the ballpark. One away. Brings up Owen Mayencourt, who grounded into a double play his first time up. And looks at the pitch for a strike. And Cordy pitched for Peru State. Peru State College Bobcats in Nebraska. In the Heart of America Athletic Conference, NAIA. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Second baseman Ryan Weaver on deck. Cordy has a 12-9 record in 3 years of college ball. And a 6.97 earned run average. Swing and a miss by Owen Mayencourt. Now 1-2 the count. For the runner on first base. Cordy ready to deliver again. Upstairs slightly. Umpires behind home plate now finally heard tonight. Didn't agree with that call from the real home plate umpire Blake Tilley. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cordy ready to deliver again. Breaking ball outside. Full count. Cordy is yet to pitch in anything but a long relief type of a role, coming in and being the bulk guy, so to speak. That's inside. Ball 4. It'll put runners on first and second with 1 away, and the second baseman, Ryan Weaver, who was the first man to face Adam Cordy, back in the bottom of the 3rd inning and struck out. Weaver from Gilbert, Arizona, attended Eastern New Mexico University, along with Anthony Cortese, Nick Miller, who's not in the game, Gunnar Ferguson, Zach Rachel, and Logan Kintner. Bunted foul, first pitch from Weaver, strike 1. Can understand bunting when there's nobody out and runners on first and second. Give yourself 2 cracks at it for the next 2 batters to try and drive in runs, but you get one down here, you're putting all the pressure on the leadoff man Montgomery. Now Weaver will look after it himself by hitting a ball up the middle into center field, rounding third and coming home, and the throw into third base will not get Owen Mayencourt as Anthony Cortese scores on the play, and Weyburn has jumped out in front 1-0 on the RBI single by Ryan Weaver, and Weaver took second on the throw. So there's runners on second and third now, still with 1 away, and the Beavers score a run. For Ryan Weaver, that's his 4th RBI of the year. Now Hugh Montgomery looks at a first pitch breaking ball outside, ball 1. Gavin Panks had to be somewhat athletic there to keep that ball from getting all the way back to the backstop. Only 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position here in the top of the 5th. Weyburn already with a run in. A changeup swung on and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Montgomery 0 for 2. 11 RBIs for Hugh Montgomery coming into the game, a .246 average starting the night. Pitch outside, 2-1. break the calculator out and tell you that 16 for 67 is 239 for Montgomery. Product of Winnipeg. Line drive, and it'll twist foul down the first base line. 2-2 the count on Hugh Montgomery, who attends Mayville State University in North Dakota. Joe Medill, the left fielder, is on deck. Unless Montgomery hits into some kind of a double play, Medill will get an at-bat here in this top of the fifth inning. Cordy with a little bit of a jam to get out of. On the ground up the middle. Shortstop Laird bobbles, throws to first, and in time, but a run does score as Owen Mayencourt crosses the plate. Weaver on to third. 2 away and 2-0 now. Weyburn with the lead. Medill with a runner on third to try and cash in against Adam Cordy. Line fouled up the first base line. Strike one. Medill popped out in the first inning, flew out to center in the third. His third at bat of the ball game. He'll send this one a little looper into left field. There is Nick Stinson to make the catch and ends the inning. But the Weyburn Beavers have hit the scoreboard first here in the top of the fifth inning. A couple of runs on 2 hits. There were no Barry's errors and 1 runner left on base. After 4.5, we're halfway through at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. It's the Weyburn Beavers 2, and the Saskatoon Berries no scores. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Maddox Day has shut out the Berries through the first 4 innings and now has been staked to a 2-0 lead. He came into this game having only pitched 2 innings for Weyburn, giving up 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no runs, no record of any kind, but has looked good here so far through 4. Nick Cote chops the ball foul up the third base line. Day from Surrey, BC now, we're finding out. Attends Douglas Community College. .6'2", 155. We've got some sunshine here in the ballpark. Shadows onto the field. Swing and a miss on a high pitch in the zone for Cote. Struck out his first time up. He's behind 0-2. towards short. Dale up with it. Throw on to first in time. One away in the bottom of the fifth inning. It'll bring up Eric Aguirre, the DH, who grounded out to Trevor Dale, the Weyburn shortstop, back in the third inning. Aguirre, for his first 2 seasons of college ball, swings and misses at the first pitch now. But he attended Dallas Eastfield College in Mesquite, Texas. Down low, ball 1, 1-1. Both bullpens are in activity as Aguirre tried to bunt his way on and did not connect. 1-2, he's behind. See if we can pick up who those people are warming up down the bullpens. 1-2, Aguirre fouls off and spoils a pretty good breaking ball on the outside. Looks like 28 for Weyburn warming up. That would be Will Sevier. Call strike 3 on the inside corner. 4th strikeout of the night for Maddock Day. Top of the order, Brock Laird. Coming up, he's 0 for 2. Fouled out to first, grounded out to short. Laird was pretty much been in the lineup every day for the Berries. Tied for 9th in plate appearances in the Western Canadian Baseball League coming into tonight. There's a hard hit ball, but Ryan Weaver off the first hop will field it, throw on to first, and that's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th inning. Again, put out by the starting pitcher tonight, Maddock Day, for the Weyburn Beavers. No runs, no hits, no Weyburn errors, nobody left on base. He's done that on 3 different occasions out of the first 5 innings. And after 5 complete, Weyburn 2, Saskatoon no scorers. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege. Top of the 6th inning, new pitcher into the game for the Saskatoon Berries. 3rd one of the night for Joe Carnahan, pitching coach Ryan Olchway. This will be Dallin Rood. Fouled off trying to bunt his way on to Ryan Doffney, strike 1. 1,324 the attendance on a Saturday evening here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on a day in which a lot of people were wondering, is there actually going to be a ball game, because there was so much rain supposed to have hit, and somehow it seems to have missed us Knock on wood, it continues to be that way. That one's inside from Rude to Daphne, 1-1. Daphne's 1 for 2 in the game. Fouled off over top of the first base bleachers out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch, swung on and foul tip caught, strikeout for Dallin Rude. Daphne will go back to the third base Weyburn dugout. So like all the case with the two guys before him that pitched, it is Munster, the hometown for Dallin Rude, just as it was for the starting pitcher Merrick Yeager, and for the second guy into the game, Adam Corty, is Mancourt looks at the first pitch strike. Joe Carnahan electing to go with the Munster trifecta as pitchers. Here's a pop-up in the infield. Coming on third baseman Nick Cote will make the catch. 2 away. Mancourt retired. He's 1 for 3. And now Trevor Dale, the shortstop, who's 0 for 2. Mentioned Dallin Rude into the game. Rude's pitched 11 2/3 of an inning coming into tonight's action. No wins or losses, but a couple of saves to his credit. First pitch is inside. Ball 1. A pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. 1-1. Rude's ERA is 1.54. He's allowed 7 hits. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Allowed 7 hits in 11 2/3 innings, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, struck out 9 and walked 1. On the knees, strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 up, 3 down for Weyburn in the top of the 6th. After 5 1/2, it's still 2-0 Weyburn leading the Berries as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Well, the Berries now get to go into the Weyburn bullpen to try and come back from this 2-0 deficit going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Maddock Day's night is done, but he had a very good outing. 5 innings pitched. He gave up 3 hits, no runs. Struck out 4 and didn't walk anybody. It's a pretty good outing for the 19-year-old Maddock Day. And now it's Will Sevier, who we've seen play some third base for Weyburn. He's coming on in relief. He's made 3 starts, does not have a win or a loss, no record to speak of. 10 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 15 hits, 20 runs, 15 of them earned, struck out 15, walked 14, a 12.66 earned run average. So Sevier will battle with control at times. right-handed pitcher. There's a first pitch that looks pretty good, in for a strike on Ethan Murdoch, who's 0 for 2. Sevier kicks and delivers. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. That comes in low, 2-1. As the crowd tries to get involved and help out the Berries offense here, get them going. Having been shut out through the first 5. Swing and a miss on the 2-1 pitch. Count even now at 2-2. Sevier from Littleton, Colorado, attended McPherson College in Kansas. College teammate of his third baseman Jared Cramp and Colt Susek Uphold, who's not in the game tonight for Weyburn. Murdoch hits a fly ball into center. Montgomery tracking into left center field. Ball hung up long enough for Montgomery, who's got good speed out in the center field, as you might expect the center fielder to have, to come across and make the catch. One away. Gavin Panks is 0 for 2 tonight. Barry's catcher. Down and in on Panks with the first pitch from Sevier for ball 1. Panks fouls that fastball. It was inside on the fist. Back up into the screen, 1-1. This has been a very well-pitched ball game by both sides. Not a lot of hits, not a lot of offense so far. 1-1 will hit Panks. That's the first we've seen of that tonight. So Gavin Panks will make it to first base the hard way, the painful way. They'll bring up Giles Salinas, who's 1 for 2, singled his last time up, but was left on. Salinas attending Frontier Community College in Fairfield, Illinois. First 2 years of his college career. Fouls the first pitch wide of third base. Strike 1. Salinas' hometown listed on the roster as being from Rogers, Arizona. He'll be attending the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley for his junior season of college ball. But at Frontier Community College, Giles Salinas, 12 home runs and 93 RBI in 100 games played. Has just one round tripper so far this year with the Berries. Hits this one into the air. Right center field. This won't be caught. It'll drop in, and now the Berries have runners on first and second. And brings up center fielder Nathan Houston. 2 men on, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th against the new Weyburn pitcher. Maddock Day only faced 19 batters in his 5 innings and only threw 60 pitches. So Cam Williams, the head coach, would have had him on a pitch count as Houston swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Will Sevier, strike 1. That looked to be like a breaking ball that went down on Houston. Tried to golf at it and missed. Melville, Saskatchewan product. Second year with the Berries. That's outside, 1-1. Nick Stinson on deck. Houston singled his first time up. Sorry, singled his last time up, I should say. This one's hit on a line down the right field side. It'll get into the corner. Making his way around third and heading for home, and also turning third and also heading for home. Into score Gavin Panks, into score Giles Salinas, and all the way into third base with a triple is Nathan Houston, and we have a 2-2 tie. All the Berries needed to do was get that pitcher out of there that was giving them such problems through the first 5 innings, and suddenly they've got a hit batsman and 2 base hits, a single and a triple, and the game is tied up as Houston with RBIs 10 and 11 on the season. And his second triple of the year. Nick Stinson now coming up. First pitch swung and hit down the first base line, but foul. Each team has 2 runs on 5 hits so far tonight. Stinson 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second inning. The only error of the game, by the way. Infield in for Weyburn. And down and inside, 1-1. Two tie, and the Beavers want to try and cut off the run at home plate if at all possible. Houston dancing around down the third baseline. And now Sevier hits Stinson. Second hit batsman of the inning for the new pitcher, Will Sevier. And we'll have a visit to the mound by the Weyburn pitching coach. Ahead of facing Josh Henson. Still 1 out. And now runners on first and third. So a break in the action as we get the mound visit from the Weyburn pitching coach, and Josh Henson, who singled his first time up, struck out in the 4th inning. Gets a crack here with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th to give the Berries the lead. For the first time in the game. Gives us an opportunity to tell you that the Berries are back in action here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field tomorrow afternoon. 1 o'clock is game time against the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Battle of the top 2 teams in the East Division coming into tonight's action. So Henson, coming off his freshman season at Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, Louisiana. That's an NCAA Division I school. Pretty good caliber of baseball. Right-handed hitter. Would like to give the Berries a lead. Mayencourt with the throw to second. It'll be cut off by the second baseman Weaver as a stolen base for Nick Stinson, who took off on the first pitch, which was down low, ball 1. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Henson. Nick Cote is on deck. Again, the infield in for Weyburn. Inside the pitch to Henson, 2-0. Will Sevier, 1 out only here. And that hits Henson on the elbow. 3 hit batsmen in the inning to go along with 2 hits. And now the bases are loaded with 1 away for Nick Cote. Mentioned Cote is from Oakville, Ontario, attended Niagara University in Niagara Falls, New York. coming off his freshman season, where he had 1 home run and 20 runs batted in 166 at-bats this college season. Low and away with a breaking ball. Ball 1. We've got action down the left field line in the Weyburn bullpen. Again, low and away. 2-0. Warming up and with some haste is Gunnar Ferguson for Weyburn. As Will Sevier is having trouble finding the plate now. Does so there. It's the old broadcaster curse. As soon as you say something like that, there it is. Bang. Throws a strike. 2-1 on Cote. The umpires in the crowd behind home plate didn't agree with that. Middle infielders for Weyburn are playing back at double play depth. In at the corners, fouled off. At the plate, 2-2. Eric Aguirre, the DH, is on deck for the Berries, who've scored twice here and now have loaded the bases with 1 away. Will Sevier trying to wriggle out of this. 2-2 on the ground. Second baseman Weaver tosses to second for 1. He'll be safe at second because he was off the bag. The in the neighborhood play at second base, not going to be called. A run scores. Cote is out at first, but Henson is safe at second base, and Houston scores to give the Berries a 3-2 lead. Cam Williams wanted to come out and talk to the umpire who made the call. But if he hadn't have called it, I would have called it from up here. He caught that ball. He was already both feet well away from second base when he caught the ball and made the throw to first. So now Aguirre to the plate and takes a first pitch strike. One strike pitch to Aguirre on the outside corner for strike 2. 8th batter to the plate for the Berries here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they now have a 3-2 lead. Two strikes, and that hits Aguirre, and that's 4 hit batsmen in the inning. And the fans are having a field day now as we're going to get Cam Williams come out, and that'll be the end of the line for Will Sevier. Faced 8 batters and hit 4 of them. And Gunnar Ferguson will come on in relief. With the bases loaded and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Cam Williams, the head coach of the Beavers, hoping that maybe Gunnar Ferguson can get a 3rd out. 9th man to the plate in the inning. Ferguson also plays some outfield. I've seen him at second base, too, for the Beavers this season. 5'10", 175, right-hander. Out of Thorndale, Texas, attends Eastern New Mexico University. And Gunnar Ferguson has a win to his credit so far this year. 13 innings pitched. He's allowed 14 hits, 13 runs, all earned. Struck out 16 and walked 8. At 13 earned runs in 13 innings equates to a 9.00 earned run average. Gunnar Ferguson into the game. Sevier pitches 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits. He's still on the hook for all 3 runners on base right now. 4 hit batsmen No strikeouts. And he threw a fair amount of pitches, too. $27 of them, in fact. So now Brock Laird up to the plate, 0 for 3. And Ferguson takes a big, deep breath before he throws his first pitch. Hoping for the best. And that first pitch strike. Laird with 15 RBI on the season. Pops this one up. Twisting into foul territory, but playable, and Braden Mayencourt will make the catch. The Weyburn first baseman. Retires the side, but the Berries send 9 to the plate, score 3 times, get 3 outs, and leave 3 runners on base. 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no Weyburn errors, and 3 runners left on base. After 6, it is Saskatoon 3 and Weyburn 2 as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege. Unofficially on our line score through 6 innings of play, the Saskatoon Berries have 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They've left 7 runners on base. Weyburn Beavers, 2 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 3 runners on base. Dallin Rude, first pitch changeup in there for a strike to Anthony Cortese, the designated hitter for Weyburn, who has 2 of their 3 hits. And this one's into the hole, and will get off the glove of Brock Laird. And that'll be a base hit in the hole at shortstop. So Cortese's a perfect 3 for 3 on the night for Weyburn. And Jared Cramp, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Cortese has 3 of the 6 Weyburn hits on the game. Outside, first pitch to Cramp, who's 0 for 2. Cramp, 6'2", 185, left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 1-1. Top of the 7th inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Another swing and a miss. And again, off speed of some kind from Rude makes it 1-2. Called strike 3 as Cramp caught looking. Second strikeout for Dallin Rude since coming on in relief. He is the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Saskatoon Berries. He'll face Owen Mayencourt, who's 0 for 1. Walked and scored his last time up in the 5th inning. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd. Cortese, the runner at first. And fouled back to the screen by Owen Mayencourt. That's a called strike on the inside corner. Mayencourt twisted out of the way as if he thought that pitch was inside, and this time home plate umpire Blake Tilley says, hey, that caught the inside corner. You're a little bit too close to the home plate, and turning away doesn't necessarily mean it's inside and a ball. 2 strikes to count. Low and away, ball 1. Ryan Weaver, the second baseman, on deck. Now Rude with a check on Cortese at first. One-two count on Owen Mayencourt. Breaking ball inside again. Mayencourt, the little turn away from the ball, and this time does not get rung up for a strike. It's 2-2 the count. Top of the 7th inning, 3-2, Berries with the lead. Low and away, now it's a full count. Owen Mayencourt has worked from an 0-2 count against him to a full count. Looking to rally and get the Beavers back at least to even terms as Mayencourt fouls that off and stays alive with a full count. Hit in the air, right field. Ethan Murdoch doesn't have to move very much to make this catch. 2 away. Ryan Weaver has an RBI. He drove in the first run of the ball game back in the 5th inning, singling in Anthony Cortese. Struck out his first time up. Berries with a win can move a game and a half ahead of Moose Jaw atop the East Division of the WCBL. Down low, ball 1. To the left-hand hitting second baseman Ryan Weaver. That's because Moose Jaw at Regina was postponed by rain tonight. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. One game final tonight in the WCBL. The Energy City Cactus Rats at home in Spruce Grove, Alberta, defeated Brooks 6-4. That pitch gets away to the backstop, and advancing to second on the wild pitch is Anthony Cortese. His counts now 2-1. On Ryan Weaver with the top of the order, Hugh Montgomery on deck. Top of the 5th inning, Fort McMurray at home leads Okotoks 7-4. Sylvan Lake leads Medicine Hat 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Weaver with a line drive into left center field, base hit. Turning third and heading for home is Cortese, and we've got a tie ball game. Meanwhile, Weaver scampering into second is in there safely. So an RBI double for Ryan Weaver, 2 RBI for him in the ball game. The number 9 hitter coming through for Weyburn. And as I say, we're now tied up again at 3-3. And Joe Carnahan starts out of the first base Berries dugout. He's got action down the right field line, and we're going to get a pitching change now. This Tanner Hosick looks like going to be coming in. It's about the right height. Hate to be that way, but Tanner Hosick's 5'5" and has those specs on. So it is him. So we'll get a pitching change for the Berries here in the top of the 7th inning. He'll take over for Dallin Rood, who had a 1-2-3 inning and was close to being out of this 7th inning. Gave up a leadoff single to Anthony Cortese, advanced him to second on a wild pitch, and Ryan Weaver drove him in with a double just now. So an inning and 2/3 for Rood. Gives up 2 hits. Still on the hook for a runner. Struck out 3. Didn't walk anybody. He faced 7 batters. And unofficially through, give me a moment, 27 pitches. So he gives way to Tanner Hosick. Juice box coming on for the Berries. Has had a decent go here so far this year. 3 wins, 1 loss, a couple of saves, 10 innings pitched. His ERA is .90 as he's given up just 1 earned run in the 10 innings. Allowed 10 hits, as I mentioned, 4 runs allowed, but only 1 earned. Struck out 16 and walked 5. Tanner Hosick into the game for the Saskatoon Berries. Right-handed pitcher. From out of Bellevue, Nebraska, coming off his sophomore year at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. 5'5", 150. But he can deal it. Hugh Montgomery, the center fielder, will be the batter. Montgomery 0 for 3. Go-ahead run is on second base for the Weyburn Beavers here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. And a first pitch strike. One strike pitch coming to Hugh Montgomery. Up high, ball 1. Fans heard that the Berries pitching staff is 1 strikeout away from getting them a free side order of pancakes at a local establishment, and now they're excited. Crowd of 1,324 here this evening. At the knees for strike 2. Montgomery didn't like the call, but then again, he's not overly tall like Hosick. Montgomery 5'9", 180. The "We Want Pancakes" chant has gone up. 1-2 pitch. Little looper into right field. That'll get down. Base hit. Turning third and coming for home is Ryan Weaver, and Hugh Montgomery has put Weyburn back out in front by a score of 4-3. That's 2 RBIs for Montgomery. He drove in a second run back in the 5th inning with a ground out, but this time a single, and Montgomery now has 13 RBI on the game, or on the season, I should say. So now Joe Medill up. First pitch swinging, popped up. This one's going to be out of play. Into the first base bleachers, yes, and then jumps over as nobody wanted to try and catch that one. That had some way up in the air going on. One strike on Medill. Showed bunt, takes a strike. Now down 0-2 as he's 0 for 3 in the game. Ryan Daphne, the right fielder, is on deck. Weyburn responds with 2 here in the top of the 7th after the Berries scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead. Swing and a miss. Check swing. Called out as Hosick gets the strikeout and ends the inning. But as I say, the Weyburn Beavers are back in front as they score 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Berries errors and 1 runner left on base. Heading to the 7th inning stretch at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, it is the Weyburn Beavers 4 and the Saskatoon Berries 3. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're not quite at 8 o'clock. We've got about an hour and 20 minutes before some weather starts to encroach upon Saskatoon. The forecast does call for showers, thunder showers, 10 to 20 millimeters of rain expected as Ethan Murdoch fouls off the first pitch for a strike, facing Gunnar Ferguson for the first time. Ferguson came on and got Brock Laird to foul out to finish off the bottom of the 6th inning. Inside to Murdoch, 1-1. Ethan Murdoch is 0 for 3 in the game. Gunnar Ferguson deals. That's inside, 2-1. But as of right now, weather-wise, mostly cloudy skies. Down low, ball 3, 3-1. 20 degrees Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit. East-southeast wind, 32 kilometers per hour. Blows from right field foul pole to left field foul pole. This one beaten into the ground, 2 hopper. Third baseman with the throw over to first, cramp in time with Braden Mayencourt, 1 away. Gavin Panks was hit by a pitch last inning. Started the Berries 3-run bottom of the 6th against Will Sevier, who's now out of the ball game. Both the starting pitchers are not involved in the decision. Certainly Maddock Day is not anymore. Merrick Yeager only went 2 innings. Swing and a miss by Panks, strike 1. Merrick Yeager started for the first time, first appearance this season for the Berries, and went 2 innings and 28 pitches. Down low, 1-1. As Owen Mayencourt couldn't hold it to frame it. Panks 0 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored a run. That's his story so far tonight. Down low, 2-1. Giles Salinas on deck. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Pitch up high. Ball 3, 3-1. Second straight 3-1 count that Ferguson has gotten to start this inning, but he got Murdoch to bounce out on the hitter's count. And Panks looks at ball 4, a breaking pitch that stayed outside in the eyes of home plate umpire Blake Tilley. So a 1-out walk. Tying run is on. And Giles Salinas, 2 for 3, a couple of singles tonight for Guile. He'll face Gunnar Ferguson for the first time. This one's hitting to center field. Coming on is Murdoch. Montgomery can't get there. He'll take it on a hop, and having to wait to make sure that that dropped in was Gavin Panks. He'll get to second as Salinas is now 3 for 4 on the night. First pitch swinging against Gunnar Ferguson. So 2 men on, 1 away. Brings up Nathan Houston, who had the 2-run triple last inning. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Former member of the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Fouls the first pitch off down the right field side. Strike 1. Houston again played as an affiliate for Moose Jaw in 2023. Full-time with the Miller Express in 2024, and then came to the Berries last year and is here for a second season. Puts this one on the ground, into the hole, it'll get through, into left field. Panks held up at third base. He slipped and fell as the stop sign was put up, but is able to scramble back to the bag, and now the bases are loaded. For Nick Stinson, who was hit by a pitch last inning. He's 0 for 2 tonight. One away. First and third baseman play in. Middle infielders back at double play depth. And first pitch Ferguson throws to Nick Stinson is in for a strike. Barry's trying to answer back again. 2 in each of the 5th and 7th for Weyburn, 3 in the 6th for the Berries. 4-3 the score, up high and away, 1-1. Josh Henson on deck. That's in there for a strike. 1-2. Ball in the air likely brings in the tying run with Gavin Panks at third, Salinas at second, Houston at first. Outside, 2-2, just outside. That was pretty close. Some barking from the Weyburn dugout about that. Gunnar Ferguson sets, delivers. This one's hit up the middle. Shortstop to second for 1. The throw on to first, not in time. It'll get past Mayencourt. In to score now is Salinas, making his way to second and getting in there safely is the batter Stinson, but 2 runs score and the Berries are back out in front, 5-4. Fielder's choice drives in the run, and then the second run comes in on the throwing error by the second baseman, Ryan Weaver. So 2 away, and Stinson at second, and Henson hits one high in the air, left field, back is the outfielder, and it's gone. You can kiss that baby goodbye. Josh Henson, a 2-run home run, extends the lead to 7-4. Henson with his 4th home run of the season. A 2-run bomb to left center field off of Gunnar Ferguson. First pitch swinging. Henson makes it 7-4. It'll bring up Nick Cote. He drove in a run last inning with a ground out that looked to be like a double play, but the first attempt at an out at second base was an in the neighborhood attempt at touching the bag and wasn't called as an out. As Cody looks at a first pitch strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bases are suddenly empty. Cody looks at a pitch down low from Gunnar Ferguson, 1-2. 4-run inning here for the Saskatoon Berries in the bottom of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss, Cody strikes out, and that'll end up the 7th inning. But a productive one, another productive inning for the Berries here late in the game. They score 4 times on 3 hits. There was 1 Weyburn error and nobody left on base. After 7, Saskatoon 7, Weyburn 4. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Tanner Hosick back out for the top of the 8th inning, now with a lead. He'll face the meat of the Weyburn order in the top of the 8th inning. Ryan Daphne, the right fielder, first baseman Braden Mayencourt, and shortstop Trevor Dale to face Tanner Hosick. Berries with 3 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th have gone up 7-4 on the Weyburn Beavers. First pitch, Hosick to Daphne, is up high, ball 1. Hosick is the 4th pitcher of the night for the Berries. Daphne hits this one on the ground. Shortstop Laird up with it, throws on to first in plenty of time for the first out. Brings up Braden Mayencourt, who's 1 for 3, singled back in the 1st inning. Left-handed hitter. Mayencourt first pitch swinging, 2 hopper to Salinas at second, and then quickly 2 away for Weyburn here in the top of the 8th. Shortstop Trevor Dale coming up now. He's 0 for 3. Hosick ready to go against Dale. And a first pitch strike. One strike pitch is at the knees for strike two. The young fans are the ones chanting, "We want pancakes," it sounds like. Let's see if Hosick can deliver for them right now. Two-strike pitch upcoming to Trevor Dale. Fastball up and away, ball one, 1-2. DH Anthony Cortese on deck. He has been dangerous all night long for the Weyburn Beavers. Swing and a miss, strike three, and there's the pancake strikeout for the fans here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. A 3-up, 3-down top of the 8th inning for Tanner Hosick and the Berries. And after 7.5, it's Saskatoon 7 and Weyburn 4 as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
New pitcher into the ball game for the Weyburn Beavers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Keaton Husband, the 4th pitcher of the night for Cam Williams and the Weyburn Beavers. Right-hander Husband. 5'10", 180. He's a Weyburn product, attending Okanagan College in BC. Wears number 1, right-handed pitcher. Has 2 losses on his record. A 16.62 earned run average. First pitch inside to Eric Aguirre. Ball 1. Aguirre 0 for 2 and been hit by a pitch. One of 4 that Will Sevier hit back in the 6th inning. Outside 2-0 to Aguirre. Husband's thrown 13 innings this summer. Given up 24 hits. Down low, 3-0. 27 runs, 24 of them earned, has struck out 5 and walked 11. Keaton Husband into the ball game now for the Weyburn Beavers. 3-0 pitch upcoming to Eric Aguirre. Called strike, high in the zone. 3-1. Top of the order after Aguirre, Brock Laird and Ethan Murdoch. Laird and Murdoch would like to get on the hit parade, as that's ball 4. Back to the backstop. Aguirre will hustle down the line, but that's as far as he'll get, as Mayencourt has retrieved the ball. So here comes Brock Laird, the shortstop for the Berries. 0 for 4. Couple of foul outs to Braden Mayencourt at first base, and then a couple of ground outs for Laird. Who didn't play a lot this college season, tries to bunt his way on and misses. Strike one. Played in 15 games for the Southeastern Louisiana University Lions in the Southland Conference, NCAA Division I, and only had 14 at-bats, 2 for 14. Big lead, and Aguirre takes off, and he'll steal without even having to slide, doesn't even draw a throw. 1-1 the count. Let's go Berries chant from the young fans is audible. But Laird hits this one in the air, didn't get it all of it, left field. Joe Medill will catch it near the base, near the foul line for the first out. So now Ethan Murdoch, who's 0 for 4. Foul out, a couple of fly ball outs and a ground out, his last time up. With current product looking to get on base. And a first pitch strike. One away with a runner on second. Popped up. Foul territory near the Berries' first base dugout, and it'll land on top of the roof of the dugout. Out of play. Mayencourt couldn't quite get to it. Murdoch is down 2 strikes. Husband with a new baseball out behind the mound, getting it ready for this 2-strike pitch to Ethan Murdoch. Now Bach called, and being sent to third base is Eric Aguirre. Home plate umpire calling the balk, and now here comes Cam Williams, the head coach of the Weyburn Beavers, out to talk with home plate umpire Blake Tilley about it. Husband is at the foul line, curious as to why it is that he was called for a balk. But suddenly Eric Aguirre is 90 feet from an 8th Berries run in the ball game. So now Husband has to regroup. Runner on third, 1 away. 2 strikes to count on Ethan Murdoch. And the infield coming in. Down low, blocked by catcher Owen Mayencourt. 1-2 the count. Gavin Panks, the catcher, is on deck. Popped up, shallow right field, coming on and making the catch is Ryan Weaver over the shoulder in shallow right field. And Aguirre has to hold at third. 2 away. here in the bottom of the 8th. Berries with a 3-run lead. Gavin Panks has scored a couple of runs without the benefit of having a base hit, to his credit tonight. He's 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch in the 6th and scored, walked and scored in the 7th. Up for a 5th time tonight here in the 8th inning and takes a strike from Keaton Husband. 4th pitcher of the night for Weyburn. Swing and a miss by Panks. He's behind 0-2. Whoa, Mayencourt at the dive out to his left. The pitch to the right-hand side of the batter's box. Way outside. 1-2. That one's outside as well. 2-2 the count. 2 away. I think that's the first time tonight we've seen that top line on the scoreboard in right center field. Oh, deuce is wild. 2-2 pitch down low. Full count to Gavin Panks. Giles Salinas, who's had a good night, is on deck. Salinas is 3 for 4. 3 singles, scored twice. Panks fouls this one off down the left field side, coming over and not able to get it in the Weyburn bullpen area. It was the left fielder Joe Medill, so the count holds full at 3-2. Full count pitch number 2 coming up to Gavin Panks, the Berries catcher. Again, fouled off down the left field side, coming over, and this one's out of play. So again, the count holds full at 3-2. Action Jackson pitches outside and high, ball 4. Panks draws a walk. First and third now with 2 away. And Giles Salinas, who's had a great night at the plate, gets a chance now to maybe drive in a run or 2. He has 13 RBI on the season, 3 for 4. Facing Keaton Husband for the first time. First pitch swinging, fouled off, and this will be over the first base bleachers and out of play. (7-4), Saskatoon leads Weyburn. Barry's looking for a 6th straight win. Move a game and a half up on Moose Jaw, who were rained out today in Regina. That one's down low. Good block by Owen Mayencourt. 1-1 the count to Salinas. Everybody else in the East Division of the Western Canadian Baseball League is below 500. Second game of a doubleheader. Energy City in the top of the second inning leads Inbrooks 4-0. Runner on the move. Salinas hits this one well to left center field. Tracking back, that's going to be bouncing off the wall in left center. 2 runs are going to score, and Salinas is into second with a double as Gavin Panks crosses home plate, and it's now 9-4. 6th double of the season for Giles Salinas. He's 4 for 5 tonight. And Nathan Houston to the plate. Swing and a miss by Nathan Houston, who's 3 for 4 as well. Low and away, ball 1, 1-1. Barry's now with a 5-run lead at 9-4. This one's well hit, but down the left field line and hooking way foul out of play. One and two now the count on Nathan Houston. Runner at second is Giles Salinas. And now Henson with a line drive into center field. That'll drop in front of Montgomery. Salinas around third. He will come in and score as the ball gets away from Mayencourt at home on the throw all the way into home plate. And taking second on the throw is Nathan Houston, who is 4 for 5 as well. An RBI for Houston. He's got 3 runs batted in on the night. And it's 10-4. Double digits for runs and hits now for the Berries. And another error to the Weyburn Beavers. Their third of the game, allowing Houston to make his way to second base. Pitch outside to Nick Stinson. Ball 1. He's officially 0 for 3. But drove in a run with a fielder's choice as part of the 4-run 7th inning. Stinson with a little pop-up in the infield. This will be caught at third base on the infield grass by Jarrett Cramp, but that ends the bottom of the 8th inning. But again, the Berries with a productive inning. 3 innings in a row with crooked numbers. 3 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and 3 here now in the 8th inning, as they score 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Weyburn error and 1 runner left on base. After 8 complete, Saskatoon Berries 10, Weyburn Beavers 4. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Top of the 9th, last chance here for the Weyburn Beavers, but they now trail by 6 runs at 10-4. Facing Tanner Hosick, Anthony Cortese, who's 3 for 3 tonight. 3 singles in 3 at-bats. Hosic's first pitch to him down low, ball 1. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Cortese raising his batting average significantly with his 3 singles. Down low, 2-1. Came into the game 7 for 30, hitting .233, now 10 for 33. That's basically 300 all of a sudden. Batting average jumps up by 67 points in one night going into this at-bat. Fouled off by Cortese. 2-2. Jared Cramp, the third baseman. Owen Mancourt, the catcher. Due up here in the top of the 9th. Outside, full count. A broken bat, flare into left field. That'll get down. Salinas is 4 for 4. Or Cortese, I should say, is 4 for 4. I had Salinas on my mind because he's 4 for 5 on the Barry side of things. But a leadoff single for Weyburn here in the top of the 9th inning. 9th hit of the night for the Weyburn Beavers. Second allowed by Tanner Hosick. Jared Cramp up, he's 0 for 3. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. One strike pitch in there for strike 2. Cramp's going to have to get the bat off his shoulders and swing it. Can't wait for walks when you're down 6. 2 strike pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Cramp has struck out 3 times tonight in 4 plate appearances. That's 3rd strikeout for Hosick in his relief appearance. Owen Mancourt now 0 for 2, walked and scored back in the 5th inning. Out of town, Okotoks leads Fort McMurray 11-7 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sylvan Lake up 3-0 in Medicine Hat in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss as Hosick blows the fastball past Mancourt, who took the big cut at the high fastball and missed. Bottom of the 2nd inning in Brooks. Energy City leads the Bombers 4-1. Earlier today in Spruce Grove, the Energy Cats 1-6-4 over Brooks. Strike 2 on a changeup. Hosick ready to deliver an 0-2 to Owen Mancourt. Strike 3 called. Breaking pitch. 2 away, and now the Beavers are down to their last chance. And it'll be the second baseman, Ryan Weaver, who along with Anthony Cortese has been the most dangerous hitters for Weyburn in this ball game. Weaver's 2 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in. The number 9 hitter for the Beavers. Climbs that average up over the Mendoza line. First pitch swinging, fly ball into left field. Nick Stinson drifts back a couple of steps, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. Saskatoon Berries make it 6 straight wins as they defeat the Weyburn Beavers by a final score of 10-4. Top of the 9th, no runs, 1 hit. No Berries errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll have the final totals coming up in a moment. as you've watching Barrie's baseball on FloCollege. All right, back here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, the Saskatoon Berries improved their record to 16-6 with a 10-4 win over the Weyburn Beavers. Back-to-back wins over the team from southeastern Saskatchewan on back-to-back nights. Last night it was 9-0 in Weyburn. Tonight 10-4 here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, but it took the Berries bats a little bit of time. In fact, they had big-time problems with Maddock Day, the starter for Weyburn. But the Berries were able to rally against the Weyburn bullpen for 3 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and 3 in the 8th inning on their way to a 10-4 victory. The final unofficial line score for the Berries, 10 runs on 10 hits. They did not commit an error. They left 8 runners on base. For Weyburn, 4 runs on 9 hits. They committed 3 errors. They left 5 runners on base. The winning pitcher for the Saskatoon Berries is Tanner Hosick, who improves his record on the season to 4-1, I believe, is the case for him. If I'm looking here quickly and making 4-1 now for Hosick, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Saskatoon Berries. And the losing pitcher is Gunnar Ferguson in relief. His record now is 0-1. Sorry, 1-1 for Gunnar Ferguson. The Berries, as mentioned, improved their record to 16-6. They lead the East Division by a game and a half. They're 6 straight wins. They're 10-2 here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, and are 6-2 head-to-head against the Weyburn Beavers this season. The Beavers fall to 8-12. They have lost 3 in a row and are 5-5 on the road this year. The game took 2 hours and 31 minutes to play in front of 1,324 fans here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field as the Berries win it by a final of 10-4. Tomorrow afternoon, we're back here, weather allowing, weather permitting. It's the Moose Jaw Miller Express to play the Saskatoon Berries at 1 o'clock here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. We look forward to having you along for the call of the game and the webcast on FloCollege. But for now, on behalf of all the folks with Flow Sports, FloCollege, everybody with the Saskatoon Berries, I'm Les Lazarick. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. You've been watching Berries Baseball on FloCollege.